Let's into your online technical opportunities and look at what are some of the things that you can do online that you know, they're not going to require you being out speaking in front of people, but they're going to just allow you to be able to run your business doing things more from your computer. And with the online world, there's a lot more overlap with technicality than some of the other weeks on the offline. You're going to see that there's a lot of things that you'll do that they will need some technical skills. So let's go in and take a look at that. Here we go. Okay, technical opportunities. We've got affiliate email marketing. So affiliate email marketing used to work better than it is currently working, although it still can work. So I'm not saying give up on it. I'm just saying usually if I use this, I use it in conjunction with something else. But what you're doing there is you're going to be finding a different business who's going to promote your product or your service for you. And the reason this has some yellow attached to it as well is because it's also a people engagement opportunity. So you're going to be reaching out to other business owners, establishing relationships with them, getting them to be open to connecting with you and promoting for you. So what the benefits are is you're reaching more people than you would otherwise reach. And the downside is that you know, I have on here that you're reaching into someone else's database. That's not a bad thing. It's just you've got to understand they're less connected to you. I would say the real downside is a few years ago, this got really, really overused. And so now you've got to make sure that you choose your affiliate partners very carefully, that your list really is a good list, or their list really is a good list for you. It really does have your target market. And then I would just say don't bank on a huge response from your affiliate marketing, but be very grateful when it comes. We recently, in the last few months, had someone reach out to us and say, hey, I've got this huge list. I'd love to affiliate for you. We got 1,000 registrations from that one person who wanted to promote for us. So it definitely worked out well for us, and we definitely had a good amount of lead flow coming through that. And so it's not dead. I want to make sure you understand it's not dead. But if you learned about affiliate marketing about 4 or 5 years ago, it was super hot and it was super awesome, and it was all the rage. Just understand that it's slowed down a little bit since then. Still works though. Next one is SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization, and this is paid. So what you're doing is you're paying someone to go in and create links for you. Oh, just got an error message on my screen, but it looks, I'm checking in, looks like everything's still working, so we're just going to go with it. Okay, so what you do is you pay someone to go in and do things on your website to help you be able to rank higher in Google. And you do money to do this, and it is kind of a slow build. So SEO is something that it honestly changes quite often. The rules change. And I don't recommend, unless you are an SEO person or you really love SEO, I don't recommend that you be the person who does this for you. So we actually have someone on our team that we pay through Upwork who goes in and he does several things for us each week. In fact, I can pull up one of his reports here. Here's our weekly keyword reports. And so what he does, you can see these are all the things that he does to help us with rankings. He does social bookmarking. So he social bookmarked all of these things. He does blog comments. So he comments on other blogs. He creates backlinks. He optimizes our articles. He does some things in Blogger. He writes press releases. He does document sharing. He does photo sharing, directory submission. I mean, I don't even know what all these things are, but what I can tell you is that we pay him. He goes in and does it, and we're increasing in the rankings. Now I want to show you one other piece to this right here. These are keyword suggestions. So you can actually do searches to find keywords, and this is going to come up a little bit later as well. You can search through Google AdWords, or there's other paid subscriptions to sites where you can go in and look for what are keywords that are related to what you're doing that have regular and consistent searches where the competition is low. And then you can start writing articles around those, they can start building links around those, and using those words as part of the strategy to help you be able to rank more quickly. So for example, if somebody types in business makeover and 90 people a month search for that, and we're the first one that pops up, well, we're going to get 90 clicks a month that will help people register for our total business makeover. And you might say 90 clicks a month, well, that's not as exciting as 110,000 on time management. But what I can bet, let's just take a look in here. I'm going to bet that if we type in time management, there might not be a lot of people paying for those ads, but what we find oftentimes is bigger people who are hard to compete with. So we're not going to compete with Wikipedia. I don't know, Study GS, we might be able to compete with them. We're not probably going to be able to compete with Entrepreneur Magazine or entrepreneur.com or Psychology Today or Dartmouth Education. You know, so all of these are big guns, and we're going to have a hard time ranking on this front page. So even though there's not a lot of people paying for ads, so this would be a great ad for us to run an ad around time management, but actually getting authentic rankings through creating content about time management is going to be harder to do. So it's important for us to look and see not the searches, but it's also important for us to look and see the who's on there. So give you another example. Business Mastery is another example. So it's got 880 people who search it a month, which is good, but it's got low competition. Looks great, right? So we go on here and we look at Business Mastery, and Tony Robbins comes up. And love Tony Robbins. I'm not going to compete with Tony Robbins. So what we're oftentimes looking for in our strategy, and when you have someone doing SEO for you, they propose keywords and you go in and accept, these are the keywords I want. And I think it's important to look and make sure that it really is a good fit. And some of these ones that get 90 hits or 300 hits a month, I mean, if you can get 330 hits a month, that will do huge things for your business. So don't be afraid to go for things that just have steady, consistent flow of people checking in and being there on a regular basis. But SEO is definitely something where you are going to want to hire someone to do that for you. And basically, you pay them a monthly fee. Our person is overseas. We pay him through Upwork. I'm not going to say he's the best in the world, but he does a good job, and we're steadily increasing. And it's a fairly low expense for us. So for us, it makes sense. One thing you need to know about it is it's a slow build. It's something that you're going to pay for months and months and months before you really start to see a difference in the ranking. Next is Google Places. So Google Places is something that really all of you should be doing. And what it does is, let's say that I want to find someone who does doTERRA Wellness Advocate in Pendergrass, Georgia. Okay, and you can see nobody popped up in Google Places. This is why I wanted to show this. Now let's look at this. Let's look at massage therapist in Pendergrass, Georgia. Now it could be there's legitimately not a person doing doTERRA in Pendergrass. That's possible. But here's how you can get to the top of searches really quickly. If I look for a massage therapist in Pendergrass, Georgia, what's going to happen is they're going to show me people who have registered on Google Places. So you can see there's actually no one in Pendergrass, but this is Jefferson. There's a couple people there. Brazelton, there's somebody there. If I went to Gainesville, I'd find some more people there. But what's happening is it's getting you to the top of the searches. Before anybody else who's done SEO, you show up top of their page. So it will show your home address if that's what you're using. And if you're not comfortable with that, I recommend that you use a P.O. box. So I personally don't want my private address being out there to the world. And so I would use definitely a P.O. box for that. Okay, let's look at what comes next. Retargeting next. So retargeting, let me see if I can find an example of that for you. Retargeting, I had a lot of retargeting going on my Facebook page during the month of December because I was doing a lot of shopping. So I'm just going to scroll down really quickly and see if I can find anything for you. Sorry, my computer's being slow all of a sudden. Oops. Retargeting is when you go shopping for something else and then it retargets you, so it will start showing up. So for example, over the Thanksgiving to Christmas, I was doing a lot of shopping online. I do almost all my Christmas shopping online, and everything that I looked at and didn't purchase, it would show up on my homepage. I don't have any going on right now. I haven't done any shopping recently enough, but it shows up inside the ads. Or if you go to yahoo.com, you can see the things follow you around. So if you go and you search for white t-shirts on Walmart site, then you'll end up having ads for white t-shirts following you around all over the place. And retargeting is great because it's helping you to capture more of the people who were interested enough to look at what you had to do the first time. And we've had some good success with retargeting. In terms of advertising costs, it's definitely not free, but it's not uber expensive. And so I do recommend that when you get ready to pay, and you can see on here it's also in green, so it is a pay to play as well. But when you do that, it's a great way to connect with people because they've already clicked on something you've done, they're already interested. And what you do is you place tracking pixels on all of your landing pages. So anyone who clicks on the landing page but doesn't complete the registration or the purchase, you can now retarget those people through ads, and your stuff will follow them around, which just gives them more opportunity to remember you and remember your offer. So now let's look at organic SEO. Organic SEO is, again, a slow build. It's something that you can do on your own. It is a little bit of technical training. But what you're going to do there is you're going to write articles and create content that answers questions people are already asking how to do. So let's use an example. How do I write a business plan? Let's see what shows up here. So this is something that people are searching for, and you can find right here. Here's some content, okay? How to write a business plan, entrepreneur.com. Business plan, step-by-step planning templates, entrepreneur.com. How to write a business plan, sba.gov. Articles, plans, bplanswriting.com. And so you can, here's one in Forbes. So what's happening is they know people are searching for this, and they're answering a question that people are legitimately searching for. So if we go back to my report here, and let's just choose business workshop. I could write an article about what you need to know to host a successful business workshop. Or I could create a YouTube video that talks about what you need to know to create a successful business workshop. And then when people are typing in business workshop, my content answers questions and needs that they have, and it will pop up. And if people engage with it and it starts to get some traction, then Google will move me higher and higher and higher up the rankings so that people will be able to engage with my content. So there is some technical side to this because you do need to know how to go in and create the links and enter your keywords in so that Google recognizes them and picks them up. There's a little bit that you need to do with formatting. And when you're ready to do that, I recommend that you learn how to do that through courses on Udemy. I've talked about it before, but Udemy, U-D-E-M-Y, is a great place to go and for inexpensive amounts learn technical skills. If there's something just technical that I need to learn how to do, I can get programs for sometimes somewhere between like $50 and $150, and they'll just teach me the specifics of the technical skill. What this does is it allows you to use content that you're already creating to get more people to your website, and it's going to be less money than investing in an SEO team to support you. It is, however, also a slow build. It takes time to move up the rankings in Google. You know, like 1 month of SEO, not that important. SEO is going to work over the course of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. All right, the last one that I want to introduce you to is Facebook events, and this is definitely a technical one. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go to our main Facebook page, and we're going to scroll down into this section here called events, and we're going to create an event. And let's do this. I'm going to create Straight Talk for Small Biz. And the location is online, and we are going to set the date. My next date is Thursday, and it is at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Join Dino Watt and Amy Walker as they teach you the systems behind creating a team culture and finding your leadership style. Now what we're going to do is create this event. When we create the Facebook event, it is going to allow us to be able to invite a lot of people. So we'll add on an event photo, and I'm not going to do this for real right now because I would write more, I would give a better explanation. So I'm just doing a quick version. But what we can do is we can go in and we can add and invite up to a certain amount of people, and Facebook monitors that based on how many people that you invite or end up saying yes. If you and they'll cap out how many you can invite. I can't remember exactly what the number is, but it's a couple hundred. So the way that Facebook events work and the way that they don't work, let's talk about that. Facebook events work for tight-knit groups of people. So if I wanted to create an event for, let's say I'm going to do an online class. I've got an online hostess, and they're going to invite their closest friends and family, even though they might all be spread out, but they want to bring them together for a Facebook event. That's probably going to work. In the early years of my business, Facebook events worked awesomely. I could just go and invite everybody in my friend list, and Facebook allowed it. And I would get a bunch of people to say, yes, I'm coming, and a bunch of people didn't. Now, Facebook has kind of cracked down on these, and you don't have that much freedom with them, so you cannot invite your entire friend list. And the other thing is, there's a lot of events going on in the world, and so if you look at this, these are all of the events that I get invited to, okay? And because there's so many events, sometimes it's really easy to get lost in the mix. I mean, that's a lot of events. Just look at that. I'm looking at going, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I'd been invited to all of these because I don't even see them all show up in my news feed. And so Facebook events for a broad group of people, I'm going to say don't spend your time there. Facebook events for a specific group of people, do spend your time there. It is very helpful. So let's look back here. So it works well when your list is smaller, more closely connected. It's free. It's good for reoccurring events. Oh, I do like it for this. If you have a reoccurring event, it's really good because you can update the event each week. And what you would do is, so for example, let's go back up to my event here. So Straight Talk for Small Biz. What I would do is, as long as I go on before the event starts, like 10 minutes before the event starts, and I change the event date to next week, then it saves all of the people who are going for this week, and it shows that they're going for next week. So it helps create social proof. So when people see the event, they see, oh my gosh, all my friends have been to this event, or all my friends are going to this event, and they see that more people are engaging with it. So that is a benefit for reoccurring events. It also, when you're doing reoccurring events, it will send updates to the people that are invited. So Facebook will send them a message saying the date's been changed, and now they can see what's happening for next week. And just the negative is there's a lot of events on Facebook. Many people tune them out, and Facebook limits the amount of people you can invite. So there are some really cool things that you can do online. I recommend, in terms of the technical skills, I just recommend that you look them over and figure out what makes sense for you right now. So for example, if you don't really have much of a budget, then don't go after paid SEO and don't go after retargeting yet. If you want something that's going to create leads really quickly, then SEO might not be your best bet. And so we're just going to kind of choose the ones that really make the most sense for us. And when you're done with this one, you can go on to your writing and your people engagement opportunities. That is it for this video. Thanks, guys.